Hello lovely people, my name is Emma and today I'm doing a really exciting announcement. I am so pleased to be able to say that the History Challenge is back. It is a 2-week-ish readathon focused on history non-fiction books, and I'm really excited to say that not only is the History Challenge back, but so are the original hosts from last year, and I'm really looking forward to it this round. So let's cover some of the important things. First of all, the only real prompt of the History Challenge is to read one non-fiction history book throughout the 2 weeks that the challenge is running. However, if you want to read more, you're obviously more than welcome to, and historical fiction is allowed to fit into any of the prompts that we're going to talk about in a second, but to kind of be officially taking part, you do need to read one non-fiction book, because that's kind of the point to the readathon, is to promote history non-fiction as its own kind of subgenre on BookTube. So the dates of the readathon are as follows. We're going from the 16th to the 31st of August this year. The main reason being is just because there were kind of a couple of awkward days left over at the end of August for the 2 weeks, so we figured we'd just extend it out, so it's 16 days this year rather than 14, but it does start on the 16th and just continues till the end of the month. The hosts for this year, as well as myself, are the, as always, ever wonderful Jenny from Bookish Shenanigans, Justin from Ghost Reader, and Justin from Triumphal Reads. Their channels will be linked down below and also be in the cards. Please do check them out. They're fantastic. They've got loads of great content on history, and they were the hosts from last year as well. They also do have Instagrams. I don't know if we're doing an Instagram challenge this year. It's not something I overly take part in, but I'll link everything down below if you do want to check them out there. Now, we have a slightly smaller bingo board compared to last year. Last year we went for like a 12 prompt bingo board, but that was a little excessive. So this year we've gone for a bit more of a manageable 9 card bingo board, and the image will be linked down below, and I'm also going to put it on the screen here, but I'll walk you through them now. So across the top row, the first prompt we have is biography or memoir. The next prompt is to read a book from a different continent. Now, this could be a different continent from the kind that you normally read or the one that you live on. The idea behind a lot of these prompts is to really try and get people to broaden their horizons on what kind of history they're reading, and to really think critically about who is the person writing that history. On a note of that, the last one on the top row is relearn a school topic or revisit a school topic, and this is to look at the way that we have been taught history in education can often whitewash things and sort of cover up a lot of the atrocities that have happened. So revisit a school topic that you want to try and kind of delve a bit more deeply into. I really loved this prompt last year. I read a fantastic book for that one, so I'm so pleased that we brought that back. The next prompt is read a book by a BIPOC author, so that's a Black, Indigenous or person of colour author. The middle one is to read a book from your favourite time period. It's always nice when the middle one is something nice and easy that everybody can kind of get on board with. So just read something that is from a real favourite time period, comfort time period for you. The last one on that line is to read a book by a woman author, because again, as well as history often being whitewashed, often men's voices are the loudest. So it's really nice to read about women in history and women authors who are getting a chance to sort of write their own stories. The last line, we've got some really fun ones actually. The first one on that one is to read a book, a history book of leisure/hobby, or to read a micro history. So what I mean by that is to read a book that is on the history of some kind of hobby or leisure activity that maybe you personally enjoy, or something that is kind of beyond just sort of your sort of standard life history, if that makes sense. So maybe like the history of cycling or swimming or board games, or like whatever it is that kind of appeals to you. And this will lend itself really well to the other kind of version of this prompt, which is to read a micro history. Now, micro history is like a really zoomed in look at a particular, often item, sometimes idea, kind of tracking a history of that. And don't worry, I will be putting out some recommendations videos that are going to cover a few different options for these kinds of prompts, especially some of the more niche prompts, but this is a really fun one that you could do a lot with. The middle one of the bottom line is the history of a social movement. Incredibly important, again, to sort of learn about how we got where we are today and where we could be moving forward. And one that I think lends itself really nicely to historical fiction is to read a translated book. So a book that is not written in your original language, and preferably one that just isn't written in English, because so much of the publishing industry is written in English. So it's about finding voices from different kind of cultures and getting to learn about them. So those are the 9 prompts, but like I said, the only one that you really have to do to be considered to be officially taking part is to read one non-fiction history book. If you've got a bunch of books on your shelves that don't fit nicely into any of these prompts, you don't have to do any of them. You could try and do all 9, you could do like a row of 3, you can really do whatever you want with this. So I think that that's all the information. Everything will be linked down below, and like I said, I'm going to be putting out tons of history content over the next couple of weeks to give you some ideas, share my TBR, etc, etc. Have a wonderful reading week. I can't wait for this challenge to start, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye!